Hello. So for my podcast today, I'm gonna be talking about men's mental health and using all these type of resources that campuses might provide, which I know a lot of men in today's world don't really like to open up. They don't like to break the silent. I think this plays a big factor in today's men's society because I feel like not that many men talk about their own personal issues. They don't like to talk about their own personal emotions. At the end of the day, men in general, they feel some type of way, but I feel like it's not as easy as expressing it to somebody else. I've seen how many men struggle with their mental health in silence, and I think it's insane because if you think about it, I feel like we should normalize, being able to create that habit of communicating with someone, making sure someone's okay, because I promise you at the end of the day, everybody has their own struggles. I have a few guests with me. The first guest is going to be my friend, Andres. So why don't we talk about men's mental health more openly?
Hi, my name is Andres, and why don't we talk about men's mental health more openly? Just from my personal experience, I just like to not share with everyone and only share with a certain amount of people. So when people do ask that question, a lot of people don't have that opportunity to be one of those people who hear about.
How can we be there for men in our life who might be struggling, like friends, family wise?
We can be there just by checking up on them, just always feeling appreciated as a guy. Like we always just want to feel appreciated and feel like we're doing something right in our life, just like viewed as a person, as someone they can look up to.
Yes, too. So why do we talk about men's mental health more openly?
Well, I feel like we don't talk about men's health more. Is because they are hold to a high regard with father figures, and as a society, they tend to hold more things in because they're not seen as a man if they cry or show emotions.
Perfect. Why is it so hard to open up, even to close friends or family?
I feel like it's hard to open up because you don't want to see your family. You don't want to show your family that you're going through a hard time, even if they're going through something. It's hard to open up, especially like in emotional states of sadness or depression. You don't want to be seen um, as a as a priority or as a
Yeah,
person who needs help.
I agree. Very much so. How can we be there for men in our lives who might be struggling, like friends, family? Like, how can we be there for them? What would you say?
I feel like we can be there for them is just letting them know that they can open up, that we are there for them, and that they are men even if they show emotions. Like everybody goes through a lot of things, and we just need to be as a society more openly to men that have emotions and needs.
What do you think men just always say? Just man up. What do you think they say that?
I think it stems from history, the beginning of time, that men needed to be a strong figure for women, that they weren't allowed to show emotions because if they show emotions, they seemed weak. But now in our generation, if you have a amount of emotions, you end up being depressed or more tend to suicidal
Perfect.
activities.
Perfect. All right. Thank you. All right. So for my last but not least guest, I got my friend. And can you share a strategy or a technique that you often recommend to help men handle stress?
I usually like to tell people to either stay in the moment or talk to people you trust. I always like to spend a few minutes focusing on my breathing or doing something simple, like going for a walk without distractions. This can help clear my mind and make things feel less overwhelming. Also, most of the time, I like to find a friend, a family member, or group where I can share what I'm going through. Knowing I'm not alone can make a huge difference.
Would you mind sharing like a personal challenge you face with mental health and what helped you overcome it?
Yeah, so most recently in soccer, I broke my calf, so I wasn't able to play for a year, and that really took like a big toll on my mental health because it's really hard to overcome a significant injury like that and come back and be at the level that you were playing at before the injury. But I feel like I was able to overcome it with the help of my friends and family members, that everyone was there for me. So I feel like for me, I was definitely seeking help from my friends or my family members to keep me going, to keep pushing in order to come back 100%.
All right, and this is all for my podcast today. Thank you for listening to my podcast, and we'll see you soon.